people do ask me about my retrieve for the jabberjaw and just the jabberjaw in general, but I do feel as though there's a retrieve for it that actually does work better than other retrieves. And when you find that sweet spot for it, depending on how you're fishing and where you're at, that's usually when you're going to start getting bit. If you're around fish, if you're not around fish, you could throw a stick of dynamite. You ain't going to catch nothing. And if you throw a stick of dynamite, you probably ain't going to catch nothing either. But for some reason, that's a saying. I don't know why. But I'm going to show you guys my retrieve. If I can. I'm going to show you guys my retrieve for it. It's going to be a little bit hard here because it's so shallow. I'm going to show you guys. So basically, like I said with my retrieve, so pitch it out. Try not to hit the tree. Pitch it out. If you go like this, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm barely turning the handle. Let me turn it. I'm barely turning the handle like this. That's too slow. Unless I really want to work it over some stuff and I'm trying to like tick the top of the grass or something like that, and I really don't. But in order to get those, and it has action now. I'll be honest with you guys, it has action right now. Even though I'm going that slow, it's got a really good action that slow. That's not the magic for me. That's very case specific. In case you need that. But for me, it's more of like this. If I get nice and steady like this, nothing crazy. If I do like this, I don't get what I want. If I go too slow, I don't get what I want. But a nice steady retrieve like this, money. I can put that anywhere I want. And then once you fish crankbaits a lot, you start to understand, like when you reel them back and they got stuff on them, you can tell that like this ain't gonna be the cast. I'm not gonna get bit on this cast because my bait's covered in grass, or you can tell when you bump a rock and stuff like that. But as far as it goes, this is my normal retrieve. Just a nice steady retrieve. I get that really tight side action. If you can knock it into something, that's even better. I'm not doing that right now. But the other part that I didn't say, for me, something I've been doing with my crankbait now for like 3 years, is I always do a nice steady retrieve like this. But every once in a while, it's always one of those. I'm either hopping up like that. I'll reel, like steady retrieve and hop. Saw when it happened on that hop. So I usually do like this: steady retrieve, hop. If I feel like I'm getting through grass and I feel like I'm hung up, then I'll do like a big rip through to try to get it out of whatever I'm in, so that I don't get grass stuck on my cast. But it's always a hop for me. Like I always do a hop. And honestly, some days when it gets like really wonky and I'm just I'm trying to figure out anything, I'll do like that. As soon as I cast out like that, I'll do like this. I'll give it like 3 real quick, like madness, maniac. Like if I feel like if I feel like my entry was too hard. So if I cast and I like careen in the water really bad, I usually give it like 3 of those real quick. And then I get a nice steady retrieve. So I'll do like that, and then I'll start retrieve. On my way back, nice and steady, I'll hop it, keep going, hop it, keep going, hop it, keep going, little jerks. It looks like I'm going crazy. It looks like something happened to me. Something went wrong. A board bit me or something. That's what it looks like. But hold on, hopefully you guys can still see. So same thing. I'll do it on this side. Just a little hop like that. Otherwise, it's a steady retrieve. Now, most of the time, if I see the piece of cover I'm trying to fish, I don't do the hop because the hop creates an erratic action. And if I'm trying to fish it down a lay down, I don't want a erratic reaction. I want it to come down that lay down. An erratic reaction around a lay down is going to end up leaving your crankbait in that lay down, okay? I don't want that. So if I can see what I'm fishing, it's usually a nice steady retrieve, and I want it to come right down the side of it. I'll do a hop. Maybe if once I get past it, right before the piece of cover, whatever the case may be, I might add a hop in there, but sometimes I just do a nice steady retrieve, just like this, nice steady. My gear ratio is 6:6 to 1. Sometimes I do 5:6 to 1, just depends. Sometimes I do 7:3. But I very rarely do 7:3. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be this, which is 6:6 to 1. That's 9 times out of 10 what I'm playing, 6:6 to 1. Like I said, a couple of hops. Most of the time it's this. Like 50% is steady retrieve. Other 40%, it's a hop. Sometimes I'll reel it, crawl it. The only other thing I do with my crankbaits, and just while I'm at it, might as well just give you guys everything I got. Something right in front of me. Give you everything I got. The other thing I'll do is I'll reel it like this, and if I hit a piece of cover, I'll stop. and I know this bait slowly rises. So sometimes, depending on the water, how cold or hot it is, slowly rises. So I'll let it slowly rise up, and then I'll start to retrieve again. Pop. Let's say I just bumped the log right there. I didn't, but let's just say I did. I bumped it. I'll let it slowly rise up, and then I'll take off. Sometimes, that's very sometimes. Sometimes if I bump a log or if I bump a rock, that's exactly what I want, so I don't stop, because I basically want it to look like that fish was trying to get away. So let's say I'm going, I bump a log, bam, I bumped it, I just keep steady retrieving, because I just got the deflection, because I bumped the rock, boom, boom. So I'm boom, boom, and it comes off the side, and usually if you just keep reeling, you'll get smoked as well, but it just depends. Like I said, I'll try, if I'm in a really stumpy area, I'll try pretty much anything, just to try to stay away from the stumps, to run into the stumps, to come on top of the stumps, to try to smash through the stumps. Like, especially if I'm in my boat, I'll do anything I can to try to get a bite with a certain bait if I feel like they'll get it. But that's on 13 fishing jabberjaw. I know this went a little bit longer than I planned on, but hopefully this information helped you guys. 13 fishing jabberjaw. Put my hat back on. I don't want the bugs to get me. 13 fishing jabberjaw, guys. So this is what I'm telling you guys about today. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Like I said, a lot of people always ask me these questions, so I'll just tell you. So I'm shaking it right now. Nothing's going on other than me shaking it. But when I do that, I know you guys hear that lip. That's that lip going. And if you reel it next to like a bridge, underneath a bridge, you hear it clear as day. Clack, 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 clack. That's all you hear. Like, that's the difference in this bait versus most regular square bills, is that. That's how you get that chatterbait sound, that side to side, that vibration. That's what you're looking for. You get that vibration. So you got the chatterbait scurrying around, but then you also got that clack, 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 clack. Drives fish crazy. They don't run from it. A lot of times they don't run from it. A lot of times they'll just hear clack, 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 and they'll just smoke it if they're there. So hopefully that information helps you guys. I gave you a full-on chatterbait tutorial for what I do with my chatterbait. Since I've been catching fish on chatterbaits left and right, this is what on crankbaits, this is what I do. So hopefully that helps. Bye-bye.